What's good with it? What is going on, y'all? Welcome to another episode, another edition, no new edition of the No Signal Podcast with your boy, your host, Mondo, man. Let's give it up. Let's give it up real quick. Alright, so right now we just got done munching. We just got done grubbing right now on a bitch. So, obviously, No Signal Podcast. You know what it is. We calling this the late night episode right now, actually. Because it's just late night. It's not even late night. It's actually 6, but the fucking time change. The sun starts setting around 5:30 type shit. Which is scary as fuck because when I get home, by the time I get home from work, it's like 3:30-ish. And then I shit and shower, or I eat, shit and shower, and by that time it's like 4:30. And then I go outside and it's like barely fucking light out. I get my shots in and it's like already dark by like 30 minutes in. And I'm like, yo, I'm just like getting my shots up in the dark. That's another motherfucking story, man. But hold on, let me say a little quick funny story time real quick. I ain't never told this in my life. Like, do you know how y'all say, you know how there's some certain shit that y'all take to the grave? There's so much shit I'm taking to the grave with me. Like, what the fuck? Like, I knew this early on in my like childhood and shit. And the fucking video just cut off. Why does it always do that shit? I think I need to switch to fucking, what is it, Digicam or something like that. I tried it on OBS, but OBS don't get the wide frame. It don't get the wide view, the whole like angle and stuff like that, which is bizarre. It really is, because when I record videos off my webcam, before it would be smooth. It would run smoothly. I don't know what the fuck happened to the computer. All of a sudden, it just doesn't want to record videos, at a steady rate anymore. Anyways, that's another motherfucking story. To go back to my story time, what I was saying, you know how there's certain shit y'all taking to the grave? I'm taking so much shit with me to the grave. And I'm saying I knew this at an early age because I seen some shit and I was just like, yo, like, I can't tell no one about this. Like, if I tell someone about this, like, I'm not going to specify what it was, but it's like a certain thing. It was a certain, shit or whatever. Not shit, but just like in general, a certain thing. I'm going to just leave it like that. And I was like, yo, what the fuck is this? And then like, it just blindsided me. And then ever since then, I was like, yo, I just there's some certain shit I need to take to the grave. And throughout my life, it was just like so easy. Like, I don't know, it was so like, just became numb to the fact like, oh, okay, like some deepest, darkest secrets that I like keep to myself and shit. And it's like pretty crazy to me. I ain't gonna lie. But anyways, there's this one story not the other day, like some time back, like 2 months ago. I went in to go get my truck for an oil change, right? So I go in and do that shit. And I'm waiting or whatever. Time starts going by and I'm like, oh, let me go to the restroom before they call me and I have to rush to go to the truck and I have to get the fuck out of here. I don't have time to go to the restroom and shit. So let me go real quick before, they call me for the truck. So me, like, I take long steps. Wherever I walk, I take long steps for real because my legs are long and shit. And like, I started walking and I'm like, oh, let me just chill. Let me just walk at a steady pace. Let me see if they got some snacks, free snacks or something like that. I seen they got water, so I refilled up like my bottle and shit. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever. So I just started walking to the restroom, but like some lady, like she cut in front of me. She like walked in front of me. Like, I don't know where she came from, but she walked in front of me. So I was just like, oh, okay, like let her walk in front of me. So she was walking like slower than me. But I was like, oh, okay, like, all right, like do I go around her? But I'm not trying to be rude like that and shit like that. And then all I just hear is burp. And then she like turned, and I'm like, oh, in my head, immediately I fucking knew. I was like, oh, this bitch just fucking fart. But it was like one of those like fucking that you could hear like a little ass clapper type shit. Anyways, she did that. Then she turned around. She was like, "Oh, sorry." And in my head, like out loud, like visibly, I was just like I looked at her and I just kept walking. But in my head, I was like, "Bitch, don't even acknowledge it." Like in my head, I was like, "Don't even acknowledge the fact that you just fucking crop dusted me right now. Don't even turn around and say you sorry. Don't do that shit. Like what the fuck?" Like I swear to God, bro. I swear to God, this shit happened to me. I ain't gonna front. I ain't gonna front with y'all, man. For real. But this shit really did happen. This shit was funny as fuck. Anyways, continue on with the podcast, man. Lakers, we just got done with our first 10 games. We are 7-3. We are 7-3 in our first 10 games, and we are gonna predict the next 10 games. And I wanted to add to some shit that I said last week about Wemby, how I was like, oh, comparing him to Giannis, but I don't know what I was thinking. Like, if anything, if you're gonna compare him, you're gonna compare him his whole season, not just 1 week. And I was just thinking, like, what the fuck? What do I have to elaborate on? But anyways, I realized the differences that I was trying to combine. And then Shai says, I don't like the way we won, talking about the NBA finals and shit. Of course, people could agree or disagree, but Detroit is 7-2 in the standings right now. Detroit is 7-2 in the East, number 1 in the East. And OKC is 9-1 in the West, number 1 in the West. So, I mean, Detroit, they're due for a good season. They're due for a good season, but we'll get into that. First, let me just, because I always like to leave the Lakers bit last. So we're gonna start from Wemby. So the way I was comparing them to last week, I was comparing them like player wise, like if they could their productivity be the same, like how Giannis gets like 30, 10 and 10 any given night, whatever the fuck, and Wemby, I realized that he don't really give that 30, 10 and 10 type of energy type of player and shit. And all it was is that Wemby is a team player. Like, you put Wemby in a system, everyone's gonna touch the ball, everyone's gonna get, a feel for the game and stuff like that. That's why the other night I was tripping. I was like, wait, how are they when the Spurs played the Lakers in that overtime? Wait, was it overtime? I think it was a damn near overtime game. But anyways, that shit, I think it was overtime if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But I was like, how are they staying in the game? And Wemby is out, fouling out and shit. But there are other players like Stephon Castle, what's his name? Champagne or something like that is what they called him. Champagne. And their other player, what's his name? I'm missing a player. I don't know what his name is. It's not Dylan Harper. I know he's on the Spurs, but I don't think he was fucking us up like that the other night. Let me fact check that actually before my phone dies. My phone is on 1% right now, actually. Yeah, it was a final. It wasn't an overtime game. But their other player was Harrison Barnes and what's Devin Vassell. Devin Vassell is who I was forgetting. Devin Vassell. So Wemby is pretty much a team player. Like, you put Wemby around a bunch of shooters and shit, that's your system right there. Or I pretty much like Wemby is a system player. Like, you put Wemby in a certain system as to where Giannis is dominant and he is the system. You know what I mean? Like, how many times, like the other night, he hit a game winner, like putting the team on his back type shit. And just like today, there was moments where he was playing against they had a game against the Rockets and shit. So he was literally just like bullying fucking Şengün. He was fucking muscling his way in. And then he started looking at the cameras talking about, "Oh, wake me up. Wake me up. Like turn me up, motherfucker." Like I was like, "Damn." Yeah, I was like, "Talk your shit. Talk your shit, Giannis." But yeah, especially you can't compare Giannis and Wemby, like, cuz Wemby is in his what, second or third year, as to where Giannis is in his like fucking 10th, 12th year right now. So yeah, you just really, I don't know, I fucked up like that last week, so I just wanted to elaborate on that more. Forgive me. But Shai came out talking about, I didn't like the way we won. Talking about the NBA finals. Not really a lot of people didn't really like the outcome, especially for the imbalance game. Not imbalance game, but the imbalance roster after the fucking after the Halliburton injury. So after the Halliburton injury, then that's when the game just immediately just went downhill. Immediately just went downhill. But it's all good though. It's all good though. Shit like that happens. A lot of shit like that happens. Like I can compare that to, some people might compare that to KD when he went down in the 2019 finals. Either that or what's his name, Kendrick Perkins, when he went down in the 2010 finals in game 6, I believe. Cuz after that, or yeah, game 6, cuz after that we won game 6 and the Lakers won, we won game 7 after that. What the fuck is wrong with my shit, dude? My fucking camera's tripping. I think I'm gonna need to put on Digicam or something like that. Anyways, moving on. What's it called? Yeah, Detroit is 7-2 in the East, and I feel like they're due for a good season because the way Cade Cunningham has been putting on, like he fucking thugged it out through the dog years, bro. Like I'm talking about when they lost 28 straight in that season. Right now, Cade Cunningham is leading the league. Wait, that's tonight's leaders. That was tonight's leaders. My bad. My apologies. I was looking at the NBA stats, advanced stats, but it showed tonight's leaders and season leaders, stuff like that. But Cade Cunningham is second in assists per game. So that just goes to show, like, he's like really, like, he's really a point guard. He's really a point guard. He's really owning up to that. I like that, especially with their type of players they got around them. Let me see. Let me go to Detroit in their roster. They got Jalen Duren. I believe this guy's a rookie. Kobe Jones. Obviously, Cade Cunningham. Isaac Jones. Ronald Holland. Ronald Holland. Paul Reed. Karis LeVert. Yo, they got Karis LeVert on there? Asar Thompson. Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris over me? That's crazy. Jaden Ivey, and they got a bunch of Chaz Lanier, Dennis Jenkins, Marcus Sasser, Isaiah Stewart, Javonte Green, Duncan Robinson. I fucking forget Duncan Robinson is on this fucking team. They got Luke Walton as assistant coach, and they got JB Bickerstaff as a head coach. But low-key, I like Jalen Duren. I like Jalen Duren on the squad. Averaging about 19 points per game, 11 rebounds per game. Shit, let's get it. Let's get it. And you got Cade right here, 25 points per game, 9 assists per game. With 4.8 rebounds per game. Ronald Holland. Ronald. That shit is funny as fuck. But I don't know. I feel like they just got so used to being around with each other, you know, like that whole squad right there, just Cade, Jalen Duren, Jaden Ivey, Tobias Harris. He could fit into anywhere. He really don't, you know, don't matter where he goes. Obviously he's been back to back, like here back and forth with Detroit and stuff like that. This is his second stint or his third stint? I don't know, because I feel like he's been going back and forth like 2 or 3 times. That's pretty wild. But anyways, moving on to OKC. OKC, I mean, that's the championship team right there. So I'm not even surprised that they're 9-1, because they are the defending champs. Excuse me with my accent. They are the defending champs. My Riverside accent is coming out and shit. My Fontana fucking accent. Fucking lame ass. Shut your lame ass. So, sorry, that's my accent. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, OKC, not surprised about them. What I am surprised about, let me take a moment to give flowers to Nick Smith Jr. I was unfamiliar with your game. And watching you score 25 points off the bench in Portland, in my head, I was like, yo, I'm watching Lou Williams right now. I'm not even bullshitting you. That's what was going through my head. I was like, yo, I'm watching Lou Williams right now in a Lakers jersey again. Because it was just like, you were just so quick, so shifty. You was fucking going to the left, getting that pull-up jumper to the left. And I was just like, yo, this is Lou Williams right here. But Lou Williams got that little fader to the left. I feel like if he does get around Lou Williams, his game will be, you know, right there. I just seen it right now. That shot right there at the free throw. That's the Lou Williams shot. Once he gets that, bro, like he'll be the next man to be like 6th man of the year, unless he ends up being a star on the Lakers. Cause yeah, just real shifty, especially coming off the pick and roll, using the screen and shit. Right here, Jake screen from Jake. Get to that floater, start getting hyped, start banging on your chest. About to bang you all over the head. You know what I'm saying? About to bang you all over the head. All right, let me analyze the next 10 Laker games. So our first 10 Laker games will go 7-3. Our next 10 Laker games are here. Charlotte. I'm going to just name them off. Charlotte, Thunder, Pelicans, Bucks, Jazz, Clippers, Dallas, Pelicans, Suns, and Toronto. So those are our next 10 Laker games. Excuse me, my fucking voice. Oh my God. Cannot speak for shit. Excuse me, mate. But Charlotte, I feel like we'll win that one. So that one's a dub. Next 10 Laker games. We writing it down. Charlotte, that's a W. OKC, we might lose that one, so I'm going to count that one as a L. Especially, I don't know if we're going to have Reeves in time. I don't know if we're going to have, you know, everyone locked in like that. Because the other night, okay, I put in a price picks on a bitch. I ain't going to lie. I want fat monies. I put in the 20. I got 140. All right, so I'm not a fucking walking L. I'm not a walking L. I did my homework. All right, so, and it was a 4-leg on a Flex Friday. So I did that, and then I ended up going to fucking deposit, and I got whatever, like 120 out. Boom, use the other 20. I used the other 20 on a 2-leg to get like 50-ish. And it was DeAndre Ayton for more than 12 points. It wasn't even 12 points. It was like 12 and a half. It was 12 and a half. This motherfucker gets 11. They sub him out and don't put him back in the game. That's when we start getting blown out. And I'm like, oh my fuck. You got to be fucking me right now. So, yeah, I'm straight on that for a minute. Anyways, so we might lose that OKC one. Next, Pelicans. We going to win that one. I'm going to mark that one as a dub. That one's in the bag. The cat is in the bag on that one. Milwaukee, we might lose that one. I ain't going to lie. We might lose that one because Giannis is on a fucking tear. Did you not see his game today with against Houston? That shit was fucking insane. All right, so we played Jazz, one at home and one away. So the one at home we're going to win. I'm going to say the one away we're going to lose because I feel like this squad right now, that's the type of squad where, like I said, we don't know if Reeves is going to play. We don't know when they say LeBron's going to come back. Supposedly he's going to come back in beginning of December, like December 4th. So after this 10-game stretch, he's going to come back, supposedly. But as a Laker fan, my question to you as a Laker fan, do you want him back? Would you want LeBron back on the Lakers? Comment down below. All right, so this next one against the Clippers at home, we win in that one. I ain't gonna fucking hold you. We win in that one. And then we got this one against Dallas. We win in that one. Fuck is you talking about? Are you dumb? All right. So then we play the Pelicans again, but at home. We win in that one. And then we got Suns at home. I'll say we lose in that one. Nah, Suns don't really. All they just have is Devin Booker and Jalen Green. That's it. We win in that one. So, win, loss, win for the next 5 games for the Lakers. And then loss, win. So, I say we end off on a 4-game win streak on a bitch. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm fucking wrong. But I feel like that's it, y'all. I feel like that should do it for this week's episode. As always, be sure to love yourself before you love anyone else. As always, on a bitch. Thanks for watching. Also, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, follow me on my socials. Instagram, Twitter, NoSignalMondo. Podcast IG, NoSignalPod. Spotify, NoSignalPodcast. And my stream, kick.com/BeanMondo.